Hey Leo, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your February 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right. Welcome, Leo. Interesting. I am getting a taste in my mouth, which doesn't happen often, but I'm tasting dill pickle. So some of you could have recently ate a pickle, or perhaps you work in a pickle factory, or that could be symbolic where maybe something left a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth in the past. Yeah, as I say that, look at you have a job loss or termination of employment, or someone around you could have been fired or let go. I'm also getting a downsize, maybe a company that you had worked for downsize. Now this is past energy, and I do feel like it actually allowed you to put your best face forward and enhance your skills, maybe even through some sort of education, certification, a program, training. But I feel like you're reinventing yourself here, Leo. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, you're reinventing yourself because look at that. You have an interview coming in here, possibly some sort of negotiation. There's going to be a follow-up, and I feel like you are going to get a new job or a position, or you're definitely going to have a follow-up. Now, depending on what you're manifesting, some of you may even be entrepreneurs, and maybe you're looking for an intern, or you're looking for... yeah, there's a new opportunity here for you. Spirit's saying it's important not to focus on the past, or not to focus on maybe some sort of loss that we do see coming in. Yeah, it's time to release the burdens that you've been carrying here, because I do see some fresh opportunities coming in for you. You may have felt like you missed out in the past with the Four of Cups, but you have the Judgment card showing up in the potential. So let's connect to, oh, look at that beautiful energy. Wish fulfillment. We have the Sun, and there's your Ace of Cups. There's your new opportunity. So let's dive in here, Leo. There is something here about your reputation, your skills, investing in yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Investing in yourself. It could be self-development, investing in a business idea, some creative endeavors. You may be looking to expand your portfolio. You may be looking to update your resume. I feel like you're making some moves that have to do with you being in the limelight, because you have the Sun showing up here for you. And I also get that you're overcoming some blocks when it comes to maybe ego. And I say that in a loving way, because sometimes we can let fears get the best of us. Sometimes we can feel like we don't feel confident or worthy enough, and we tend to take on a lot, right? We tend to bury the burdens within us. And this is about you becoming self-made, taking some of those restrictions that maybe you felt in the past and working with them, saying, okay, I'm letting them drop to the wayside, or maybe I'm diving into them a little bit further to take a look at why I have some blocks that show up when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, abundance. But this is the card of fame as well, Leo. It's exposure. Some of you are in the spotlight. Maybe you are an influencer of some sort. This can be an investor. This is someone who may have to present themselves and speak up. Maybe they talk to people on a daily basis. They are to be seen here. And I feel like there is an energy or a new beginning coming in where you're being asked to step into the light. And if that scares you a little bit, I feel like that's part of the human experience that you are meant to be in or meant to take. Try to fuel that fear with a little bit more excitement and say, what is possible? If I go in this direction that may be a little bit intimidating, if I really feel like I'm stepping into the limelight, or I'm stepping into this new energy, what could this do for me? What could it do for my reputation or for my morale even? So I like the face card showing up here because I feel like you're also taking off a mask at the same time. And maybe that mask for you, Leo, was about acceptance. Maybe you were trying to be someone that you really didn't want to be any longer. Maybe it was a hat or a role that you played at a certain time, but now you're ready to resign, right? You're ready to kind of put that down, put that hat down and play a different type of role. And that's kind of what I see here for you, stepping into a new path, a new journey. You have a lot of wonderful, brilliant ideas, especially during Aquarius season here, which will go until the end of, or around the 18th or so of February. I feel like you have a lot of ideas. Okay, Leo, you have new income source available here. You're feeling inspired. A lot of you are entrepreneurs, or you are building something on the side. It could be a new job. It could be creative, or you're thinking about something that could profit. You could monetize from this as well, especially if this does have to do with maybe technology or anything mental, communication, research, education, anything of that nature, Aquarian energy here, I feel like you could be quite successful in. Now, you do have the butterfly and the tower came out together. So this reminds me of the death and the transformation, where there could be some sudden changes. Now, we don't see the tower showing up. We do actually see a couple of major arcanas for you, but I feel like a lot of you have already gone through the tower. Maybe there was some sort of an ending or a sudden change that caused upheaval in your family life, in your professional life, or in your business. I mean, we've all been going through the ringer in the past few years, but this is about short term. This is temporary. So if you've gone through a tower, trust and know that it's temporary. It's not meant for you to live out this chaotic, messy, maybe even money struggling energy long term. Okay, you're not meant to experience that long term. There was some lessons in it. There's instability here around maybe a corporate job. Maybe that's why there were some sudden changes. I also get that there's changes in maybe management, or changes in taking over a company, merging companies. Maybe a company went under. But this can be about you being able to fly, spread your wings, going in a new direction, or playing, again, a new role. Some of you are going to be assigned to a new role or a new position, a new responsibility. And I feel like there's more creativity for you here as well with the butterfly showing up. This can be fun, right? More artistic, more creative. And with the tower, you have some earning power here. There is an energy here of building up a business, or building your, again, your reputation, your career, your resume, your portfolio. So you see that there's synchronicities taking place for you throughout February. So even if you felt a little bit stuck and maybe you were hanging on, or you're still in a little bit of a shock factor because of some changes, there's a new opportunity coming in here for you, Leo. Now, what you don't see coming is things are going to happen quite quickly. You have the spiral card. It may feel like things are a little bit out of control, but look at that. You're actually climbing the ladder. This is an upward trend. So some of you, maybe there was a little bit of a feeling that something wasn't going to unravel, or it wasn't going to happen here, but you're definitely on the up and out is what I heard. This may be a career where you're revisiting a job. Maybe there's a promotion. This may have to do with networking, your soul tribe, connecting with other people here as well. Yeah, look at that. And mostly every sign has been getting the feather, and you have it right underneath here. And this is that Aquarian energy as well, where this does talk about working smarter, not harder. There's some sort of divine intervention coming in here for you, Leo. So you have the interview with the follow-up card here, and there may have been a walking away of a situation. Maybe you had left a job. Maybe there was something terminated. Maybe, again, there's a change in management, or change in someone working for you. Maybe they left unexpectedly, or it was a shock factor. that may have affected you because now you're thinking, oh, I really like that boss, but now I am not quite sure who's going to be managing, or perhaps you were glad to see someone go, or maybe you yourself again had walked away. But I do feel like there's going to be an interview with a new candidate. That new candidate could be you, but there's going to be a follow-up because you have the skills, you have the goods. People are looking at you, talking about you in a good way. That's why you have the face card here. You're stepping boldly into this new energy, this shift. And I feel like there's more confidence. Even if you don't quite feel confident, I feel like you show them otherwise. Now, we do have internship as well. This could be someone new coming on board. And again, this person could be you. It could be someone new joining the company. Or if you are an entrepreneur, this could be some new clients. Whenever I get this card, I think of masterminds. All of these open-minded people coming together to create something quite wonderful. And even though there's an internship, you can see that there's a teacher here as well. So some of you could be a teacher, you could be a student, you could be, we're constantly oscillating between student and teacher when it comes to our growth and our journey. But I feel for some of you, you are being called to help or teach others, to be of service in some way, shape, or form. Now, this is interesting because this has been coming up together quite often in a lot of other signs as well. And this is why. You're getting loan denied, loan approved. And the message that I get when this comes out together is rejection is redirection. So some sort of opportunity that you felt you missed out on in the past, Leo, is either coming back around and you'll be approved this time, or you'll finally get in the door, or it wasn't meant for you. And Spirit, the universe, right, knew that there's another opportunity here that aligns more with your energy. And maybe the ego piece that I'm picking up on, the ego really thought that this was your shot or that was going to be your job, but for whatever reason, they picked someone else, or it faltered, or it fumbled. And I feel like there's a major comeback here. There is a comeback. And one of my favorite sayings is the comeback is stronger than the setback. So again, loan denied, loan approved. This is also about, it could be an actual account being opened. Maybe you have applied for a loan where in the past, maybe it wasn't approved, or maybe you did try to apply for a position, but it closed down, and maybe that person had left quickly or abruptly, or it just didn't work out, so they opened up the position again. Well, let's dive in here to the tarot. So you start off with the 5 of Cups. So you may still be focusing on some sort of loss, but I feel with this 5 of Cups, yes, there's disappointment, but you're not sitting in it for too long. Okay, this is allowing yourself to be like, dang, I really wanted that. I thought that was I thought I had that in the bag. I thought I really knocked their socks off in this interview, or I thought that I was appreciated more than maybe I actually was. So there is a little bit of disappointment, maybe even a little bit of wounding to the heart, to the confidence. But I feel like you're dusting yourself off and you're getting back out there. You're trying again. And what could be blocking that energy is you carrying some of those burdens. Whenever we get a 10 or the 10 of Wands specifically, or the 10 of Swords, it's like the finalization. We've gone too far here. Now we're ready to completely move into that new beginning, because 10s bring in endings that offer us new beginnings. And we see that as your outcome here as well. So I feel like part of the block is to release some of the workload. And maybe that's what's coming in that's temporary, especially if someone did suddenly exit. You may be carrying the burden of maybe a couple of different workloads here, or perhaps there is a little bit of financial struggles going on within a company, and maybe someone's too cheap to bring in additional help. So you have to do the work of 5 different people. And I feel like you're saying no more. I don't deserve this. I deserve more. I'm not being compensated for this. I'm either going to ask for a raise or I'm going to look elsewhere. But I definitely feel like there is an ending to this old way of doing things. And that's where the Judgment comes in here. So what's in your foundation? You are confident here, Leo. This is your energy. Sag, Leo, Aries, it's fire. So when the Queen of Wands shows up, she's strong, she's confident, creative, artsy. She could be an entrepreneur or work in an office. She could work in customer service, technology, multitasker, but she's good at what she does. And she can also be very bold, make bold moves, inspire others to do the same. She can at times be an extrovert when she needs to. She can really communicate, and people are attracted to her light. She's like that lighthouse, but sometimes that light can attract people who need to face their own shadows, right? Because sometimes that light can cast a shadow on other people's wounds, and that may feel a little bit unfair, but that's part of the gift, right? It's part of having that light. But you can set healthy boundaries. You can decide when to stay or when something is too much and when to walk away, because you know what you're worth. That's important for you to remember. This is in your foundation. So know your worth, Leo, regardless if you're female or male, it does not matter. But you are standing in your power, and you know that you can receive more abundance here if you're not getting it currently. Now, in the past, we do have the Four of Cups. So here is that opportunity where you felt a little bit frustrated. Maybe you even felt a lack of inspiration. I'm getting here impatient. You were impatient that someone was piling on these burdens or not holding up to their word. They were saying one thing, but maybe acting a different way. Well, lo and behold, here is that judgment call showing up. This is what's manifesting, what's coming in for you. And this is going to come in possibly quite quickly. It's the judgment, Scorpio energy. So there could have even been a big change around Scorpio season that may have been showing up energetically, but maybe not in the physical. Here it is in the physical. This is a change and letting go of regrets. Maybe it was a karmic situation that you had to go through. Maybe it was one of those life lessons that was temporary, right? As all lessons are, at least the physical aspect, we can carry that lesson with us forever. But I feel like there is a judgment call being made here, and you may decide to walk away. You may decide to move towards something that aligns better with your energy. But I feel like this judgment call is going to be quite significant, because in the near future, you do have the Temperance. So it's something you've been waiting for quite some time. You may not believe that this is happening. And it's important that you prioritize, drop some of those burdens, because if you're looking down, if you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, you can see that her head's pointing down here. She could miss potentially the possibility. I don't feel like you are, because when judgment calls, right, when that horn blares, it's like a train horn. You can't miss it, right? Even if you are miles away from that train track, you're going to hear when that train comes through. But sometimes you can miss getting on that train. And I feel like you're being called to release some burdens here that you've been shouldering or carrying for quite some time, okay, with the Temperance. This is saying your patience and hard work is paying off here, Leo. This is big patience. This is all about compromise, self-control, maybe even a little bit of blending of energies here. Maybe something that you stayed in because it was stability. Perhaps you stayed in a job for 20 years because maybe it had PTO, or it had retirement, or it had a stable income that you received each month. I feel like now you're able to spread your wings and fly, and maybe now you have the opportunity to do something that offers you more freedom. Financial freedom, emotional freedom, physical freedom. Because again, you can see this dove, the one she's kind of looking at here, or at least her head is pointing, she's looking at that and saying, okay, I've had the stability here, or I have now what I need, but she still needs to kind of focus on this direction. So I feel like there's still a little bit of an inner war going on within you that may question, is it possible to have this type of freedom? Is it possible to see this glass half full? Is it possible that there are other opportunities out there that could even be better for me than the ones I'm currently going through, or the things that I've lost? And I feel like the answer is absolutely. All right, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Knight of Cups. You may be feeling emotional at this time. Like you really want to dive into something of service. You want to be of service. You want to love what you do. You may want to, something may strike your heart here. You can see that she is playing a violin that is made out of a heart, right? And she's sitting in this lotus flower. So there's something deep within her that is opening up. Now, this can be about not allowing yourself to feel obsessive over some sort of loss or disappointment. I do get that because, again, I feel like there is a little bit of a hit to the heart. There's something you really want. It's possible here, though. Not only is it possible, it's something that you're going to work on shifting that energy, because the judgment is here for you. So something you've been working on for quite some time is going to bring in this freedom. And I feel like it's going to help you even open your heart up more. I do get a little bit of lack of belief. Like, is this really happening? Is this too good to be true? It's almost like a pinch myself type of energy. But I feel like you have all the goods. You have what it takes to take action towards your heart's desire. So if there's any sort of blockages, maybe disappointments, letdowns, obsessive energy, maybe even close down to the opportunities because of the weight of things that are happening in and around your world, this is saying we need to work on releasing those things so we can be open to the new love, the new blessings coming in. And we see your outcome. There's definitely new blessings coming in. Now, what's going on in your environment? The sun. There could be a little bit of ego. I mean, the sun, you don't hear this too often because the sun is the card of abundance, and it's the best card in tarot, right? It's all about happiness. And it's also you, by the way, Leo. This is good health. It's life is good. It could be the center of the universe, right? It can be healthy ego. But I feel like there is a situation that happened in the past that got pulled out from underneath you, and you may be even fearing that something is too good to be true. Okay, we want to change that energy because this is all about abundance, good health. Some of you may have struggled with your confidence because this is that solar plexus energy, right? I feel by this Leo season, by your birthday, you're going to fully embrace this sun. And I feel like the new opportunity is opening up to you this month, right? You may want to check out your yearly reading as well and take a look at February's month as well as maybe August or Leo season. Because the sun is shining here. This is spotlight. Again, if you are an influencer or if you are, in the public eye, this is your time to shine. And I feel like if you start something now, even if this is a new endeavor, or if you've been doing it for quite some time, you may be changing your belief system around it and saying, I am worthy of being seen, heard, recognized. I have what it takes to expand my abundance and to really open up and receive it. That's why you have the Knight of Cups here. It's opening up the heart chakra to receive the abundance that's available here for you. Now, your hopes and fears position is the Nine of Cups. You want your wishes and dreams to manifest here. This is the card of feeling content, feeling good, feeling like you've completed a cycle in matters of the heart. But sometimes the fears or the reversal of the Nine of Cups can be lack of belief. It can be greed. It can be smug energy, right? It can be, well, that's never going to happen, so I'm not even going to try. Or those dreams are too far-fetched. I'm never going to amount to them, right? Or it can be a very greedy energy of I want it all, or there's not enough to go around, so I must take, right? And not that I feel like you're in that energy, but that could be the energy sometimes that you attract even from people around you, very greedy. So take a look at why. Is there something within yourself that is closed down to receiving some sort of emotionally satisfying opportunity that's coming in when it comes to career, dreams, manifesting, right? Typically this Nine of Cups, they are spoiled in, emotional satisfaction and contentment. And I feel like you've completed, or you are going to complete, a very beautiful cycle here when it comes to you opening up. But first we have to make sure we're fully open. The final outcome for you is the Ace of Cups. look at all this water energy. Towards the end of February, we roll into Pisces season. I believe around the 20th or so, maybe the 19th of February rolls into Pisces season. And that is really about you embracing your emotions and letting your emotions push you forward into taking action. Okay, so there's your cup. There's your, Knight of Cups, opening yourself up. That's what you're wanting to do. You want to open yourself up to this new connection, this gift of relationships, or this gift of inspiration. You want to have this soul quenching renewal, but you are also remembering that you can't drink from an empty cup. So if you are trying to be all things to everyone else with this 10 of Wands, you're realizing that you're going to have to put down some of these burdens in order for you to fully open up to this new opportunity. So really powerful energy coming in here. I mean, cups. We have the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups, the Ace, and the Knights. I mean, this is a lot of emotion, a lot of watery energy. But I do feel like there could be a situation that calls for you to act intuitively and to trust your feelings behind a situation. Try to open yourself up. Also read the 4 agreements if you haven't already. Try not to take things personally. Be impeccable with your word. There's great advice in that book. I definitely suggest it. Now let's take a look at a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here for Leo, please? For finances, abundance, money, wealth. All right, Leo. By the book. It is showing up here in reverse. So whenever this shows up, and it's card 11, look at that. This is the justice energy. This is about balance. It's about truth, equality, fairness, maybe even legal situations. But it is Libran energy. And I feel like you are wanting to revolt. This is causing you, this situation is like my rebel with a cause. You're being asked to go against the grain, do something differently, non-conform. Break outside of some sort of status quo here for you. Now, I'm going to read the prosperity message, but I get that for a lot of you, it is going to be part of the reversal. And it is about, abiding by social rules. It can be about conformity, but I keep getting the opposite of this. So non-conforming. It is, yes, understanding and knowing social rules and beliefs and conditioning. But if it doesn't resonate with you, going in a new direction. This is respecting cultural or family customs. It's also about breaking free from them. So maybe you were taught that you have to work super, super hard. You have to work 18-hour days in order to amount to get to anywhere, or you had to go to school for 1,000,000 years and then be in debt, right? There's something that you're breaking free from, and you're saying, I don't want to live that way. That was taught to me, but I realize that I am the manifester of my own story. I write my own story, not them. This can be about universal laws. So the prosperity message is this. At this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you're called to, will come back to you if you're willing to go by the book. And I'm going to just again say that I feel like it's about you going against the grain, but it could be about you learning something first. Maybe that's what it means, going by the book. Like you learn it. It's like you learning the rules so you can break them. That's what I got to say here. You learning the rules, but not in a, I'm going to riot, I'm going to protest, not in a negative way, but it's about you understanding how something works so you can make your own decision, your own reality here. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful, but I actually feel like you kind of are. Follow in the footsteps of others who've already achieved the things you're striving for. Now that can be good. We can take a look at, how did this person become a millionaire? How did this person become successful in their line of work? So we can, of course, utilize the resources and the energy of what's worked for others, but it's also important for us to reinvent our own wheel, right? It's important for us to trust what works for us, because what works for them may have worked beautifully for them, but it may not work the same way for you. And I keep getting that strongly. So I am going to challenge the words that are showing up here. It says you can learn a lot by observing the structures that are working. Your creative projects and commitment to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. And we see the temperance showing up. So I do feel like that is relevant for you. We don't want to cut corners, but we also want to work smarter, not harder. And that could be part of what other people see you as cutting corners. They're thinking, well, you can't get there, the shortcut way, but you can work smarter, right? You can reinvent something that maybe other people aren't quite familiar with. Maybe you're working with artificial intelligence. Maybe you're working with a program that can quadruple the speed for you or something of that nature. Maybe you are time managing in a better way than maybe you were in the past. Stick with what you know works, and also try something new. Again, I'm challenging the status quo here, and I'm going to read to you the reversal because that's how it came out, and that's why I feel a strong energy to kind of challenge the book energy. Now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box. And take note, did you hear what it said there? If it feels, that's the key word. Because you have all the feels in your energy. So something may feel like, oh, I need to shut down. That's crazy. That's outside of the box. It's going to get rejected. Oh, no, it's not, Leo. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation, and we said that earlier with the butterfly in the tower. That's exactly what I feel here showing up. So let go of the fear of change, right? Let go. There's far too much weighing on your shoulders here. We need to let go of that fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. That's part of all that cup energy, is intuitive as well. There is no turning back now. Trust that light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. And Leo, they're giving me that quote. Now, it doesn't matter if you're female or male. You can be a guy, and this can motivate you as well. Well-behaved women rarely make history. Well-behaved women rarely make history. So there's something here, and I got full body goosebumps. So maybe some of you've recently seen that quote or that post, or maybe you post a picture of yourself on social media and you're feeling empowered, and maybe that's a quote that you use as well. I feel like you are meant to, again, revolt in a big way. And of course, don't be doing anything too crazy. I mean, I'm actually telling you, yes, go ahead, but don't let it fall back on me. But I feel like you are absolutely in the right place, the right time set, the right quantum leap to do something that is so far outside the box, Leo, that it could change your world in bigger ways than you ever thought possible. Wow, I'm loving this reading. I get such a little bit of even sassiness, but healthy sassiness, we'll say. Queen of Wands, just like that quote, well-behaved women rarely make history. And Queen of Wands is saying, you got it, right? You got that boldness. You got that confidence. You have the ability to attract anything into your energy that you want. Don't let insecurities and fears and limiting beliefs or lower frequency egoic vibes hold you back, because you got it here. You're built for success. All right, Leo, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, I just ask, if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Hold your breath for as long as you can. And upon your exhale, I want you to open that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I'd like for you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. Maybe they swim deep in the sea. Perhaps your animals are wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited through your dreams, or maybe crossed your path in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Leo. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of each month and post right back here on the channel, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. All right, so right away here, I seen the white buffalo. So if some of you seen a buffalo or you've seen something charging, I feel like that's actually a really good omen, a great sign for you. And look at that, we have a whale as well. Trust the great mystery. Trust that things are unfolding for you. Now you have the cow. This is actually one of my favorites as well because it says the miracles are endless. And wasn't that the last sentence of this message here? It says, watch the miracles unfold. And here the miracles are endless. So if you go on a path where you are a trailblazer, Leo, if you go against the grain and you're doing something that may even challenge the status quo, you're going to see miracle after miracle. It's also card 15. This is about reclaiming your power. It is about you opening up to the abundance that's available here for you. Next, you have Fox Spirit. Think on your feet. Yeah, think on your feet because Aquarian season is going to bring up a lot of mental energy. Try not to overthink things, of course, but take some of those brilliant ideas that you have because there could be some quick action that you are being called to take in February. You have the parrot. Watch your words because your words can create your reality. I'm also getting be mindful of your self-talk, okay? Be mindful of your self-talk. Be mindful of your beliefs and what you tell yourself. So watch your words because that could be part of what holds you back as well. And then lastly here, you have hummingbird. Be here now. Because I feel like you are vibrating at a higher level. It's important to not focus on the past. And we talked about that here for you. With the 5 of Cups, focus on new opportunities that are coming in. And again, rejection is redirection. We see something either coming back around for you, enabling you to go in a new direction because you're shifting your energy, or a brand new experience of the soul coming in with that Ace of Cups. Some of you may be born on the 15th, the 27th. You may be 45 years old or 34 years old. So again, we have cow, fox, parrot, and hummingbird. You may or may not have seen those animals in your vision, in your third eye. Absolutely A-okay if you did not. I'd still love for you to drop your power animals in the comment section. And now last but not least, we're going to get a message from your soul. So this can be blunt. This can be truth. This is your soul's truth here. How you can, wow, you're not going to believe this. I was going to say how you can overcome some blockages when it comes to finances, money, miracles. And you have, am I afraid to be seen? And we talked about that here for you, stepping into the sun. Maybe there is fear of success. Maybe there is fear of recognition. And maybe some of you are saying, Melissa, why the heck would that fear me, right? There could be some subconscious beliefs around this energy. And it says, the world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. It's time to shine your unique light on the world. You were made from love, and from love, you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. See, what did I say? Revolt. So it doesn't mean go, running up and down the streets naked. I mean, unless you want to. But this is about freedom. It is about you not hanging on to whatever is tethering you, right? Nakedness means that we're not hanging on to the clothes that stick to us. And I hope you're seeing this symbolically like I am, but this is about you letting go of things that restrict you and being, again, naked and free. So your soul action, Leo, what parts of you do you hide so you can be socially accepted? We talked about that with the face card here. Okay, maybe that's part of that mask that we need to work on letting that mask come down. What parts of you do you hide so you can be socially accepted and fit in? Are you being authentic? Do you allow yourself, Leo, to be all of you? What do you need to feel? We have that feel energy again. What do you need to feel so that you can be safe to be seen? Journal those answers. That's really going to help you out when it comes to your finances, limiting beliefs, and any blockages that maybe you're coming up against. That could help you release a lot of these burdens that some of you have been carrying for quite some time with that temperance. Powerful, enlightening reading. I'm loving this. Remember, well-behaved men or women rarely make history, and you're being called to challenge that status quo. Thank you so much for tuning in, Leo. I love this reading. If you guys liked it, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. And again, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss any notifications or any future videos. If you haven't already checked out your 2024 yearly reading, I will link the playlist here at the end of the video, so you may want to check that out and see how it aligns with February as well. Thank you so much, Leo. Lots of love.